There's no doubt in anyone's mind that the UK needs more affordable homes, but how do we actually deliver them? It just can't be the local authorities' responsibility alone. Everyone has a role to play in making these homes happen. I'm Julia Hatmaker, journalist at Place North, and joining me today, I've got James Pitt, who is Muse's Managing Director for Yorkshire and the North East. James, thanks so much for chatting with me today.
Pleasure.
And we're going to talk a little bit more about what Muse is doing to help deliver more affordable homes in areas that need them so incredibly much. So, James, tell me a little bit about what Muse is up to right now.
Well, it's a really exciting time, I think, for Muse and our partners. I mean, the challenges have never been so great, really. Local authorities are struggling with capital budgets, and that makes the challenge of providing homes and affordable homes, quality, safe homes, more and more difficult in this day and age. So partnerships are really important to that, and that's where Muse comes into that, in terms of helping bring all of the parties together to try and unlock the challenges. But they are great, these challenges. Affordability, viability, the availability of funding. So yeah, there's a lot to do, but we've got some hugely exciting projects on the go at the moment, and we're looking to work with partners throughout the North East. So I'm looking forward to having a chat about those.
Oh, that's great. And you've already mentioned the keyword of partnership.
Yeah.
And that means that there's a team involved in making these happen. So who should be part of the team?
I mean, we work so closely with partners. So currently working with Bradford City Council, and the team there, we're just intrinsically part of the same group. And it has to be like that because, it's these projects are difficult. There's complexity to it, and there are things that our partnership teams can help unlock, and things that we can help unlock. A great partnership is where you bring the skills of all parties together. So we've got our skills and what we can do in terms of helping unlock development, but our partners have skills as well, which we don't have. And when you bring those two things together, that's when it becomes really powerful and you get through the challenges.
So it's all about public and private partnership, bringing in local authorities, registered providers, and the private sector together.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, we've got numerous schemes where it isn't just ourselves and our partner that we're maybe under contract with. So really good example might be our scheme in Stockton, which is called North Shore. When we started building homes there, it was an unproven location on the outskirts of Stockton. We started building shared ownership and affordable homes for rent. And actually, the families who originally started living in that scheme, their children are now making inquiries about the affordable homes that we're building today and will be completing in the next couple of months. So it's wonderful that we've created a place and those generations are looking to benefit from what we're doing. But that scheme, the land is owned by Homes England. The local authority is Stockton Borough Council, and they are the local planning authority, but we always refer to them as our partner because that's the relationship we have. And then we brought 13 Housing Group, who are a registered provider, who are funding the development and will ultimately own the homes and rent those out or co-own them in shared ownership. And actually, the contractor in this instance is Lovell, our sister company.
And we would add into the fact that obviously with all these viability challenges that we're facing, people still want to build to a certain standard. And what's been really exciting to see that Muse has been up to, at least over in the Northwest, is embracing passive house and saying, not only are we going to build high quality homes, we're going to make them energy efficient. And we're going to do so in a way that, really helps the end user down the line. So are you guys going to be bringing some passive house over to the Yorkshire and the Northeast?
We would love to. You're absolutely right. So Muse has been pioneering in the Northwest, working with Salix, registered provider, to deliver 96 passive homes, again on an ECF scheme. And it's amazing. So it's been a huge learning curve for them to deliver that. And I think it's really important we are doing this, but we're sharing what we've done there, not only with colleagues throughout Muse, but outside of Muse as well, throughout the industry. And that's really important, because if we all learn from that, if contractors learn from that, there's a bigger pool of contractors who can help deliver passive homes on our side of the Pennines. But yeah, we definitely want to take those transferable skills and knowledge, bring them over here and deliver passive house for our partners, in Yorkshire and the North East. And you hit the nail on the head. It's not just a label. The real benefit is that the people who occupy those homes have lower energy bills. So those who need it most get the benefit. And that has to be right going forward.
Now, you mentioned before about the role that registered providers and local authorities can play and other partners in helping unlock schemes.
Yeah.
So obviously when you're unlocking at something, it means that there's a locked door in front of you. There's a bit of a challenge. So what are some of the challenges that we're facing when it comes to delivering affordable homes?
So I think the real benefit that RPs bring to unlocking, they bring an early proof of concept to a scheme and help to create that place. I think aspirationally, a lot of our partners would love to see high quality open market residential or BTR. And we want to get to that place with them. But to jump straight to there is really difficult because you're starting maybe from an unproven market. So bringing in an RP helps unlock the scheme, because they would be normally forward funding a development. So you've got a funder coming on board. It would no doubt need some gap funding, which is where the Combined Authority, Mayoral Combined Authority, or Homes England can assist. And we work with Combined Authorities and Mayoral Combined Authorities all the time, and with Homes England to help bridge those viability gaps. So they would enable the scheme to get going earlier, perhaps. And if an element of those homes is shared ownership, like the example I gave with North Shore and Stockton, it allows people to get onto the housing ladder. And then as future phases come forward, the opportunities there for them to move into a full ownership model, or maybe a BTR model, a more market-facing model. So working with RPs, I think, is really important.
Obviously, you've just mentioned funding, and part of that, which helps enable these schemes to come forward, is the Brownfield Housing Fund. So can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Yeah, it's been a really important tool. Combined authorities have that tool at their disposal and in their armoury to assist unlocking development. The funding comes via DLUC into Combined Authorities and Mayoral Combined Authorities with those devolved powers. They have the ability to deploy that in areas where it will make a difference to deliver homes. Not just affordable homes, but market homes as well. So it's an incredibly important tool. We don't know in an election year whether that tool will still be available going forward, or whether it'll be available in a different name or different guise. But it's been hugely important to us over the years, and we've been able to work with those combined authorities to help plug those viability gaps with Brownfield Housing Fund.
So we started today's discussion looking at the fact that we need more affordable homes, but it can't just be one group that's responsible for delivering them. So what do you think the private sector has to add to this picture?
I think the role that affordable providers, RPs, provide is incredibly important. And I would like to see, I think, get more focus under whichever government comes in and under the election. I think that they've done an extremely good job of delivering affordable homes. That model, I think, is a great springboard to deliver more affordable homes going forward. But that doesn't address the funding and the viability challenges that it comes with. So they need help from the private sector, from people like ours, to piece together the cocktail of solutions that will help unlock land. So working with partners who are landowners, so that might be a local authority, working with funding providers, working with the combined authorities, working with Homes England and other strategic providers. So, there are skills that we all have between us in that cocktail of the partnership that will help unlock. And, we do need those affordable homes because the housing stock we've got at the moment, Leeds is a great example. The age of some of those homes are now past their economic viability date. They need to be renewed. Retrofit could be a way forward, but it's extremely expensive. And to retrofit to a sustainable level and a level that meets the recent legislation in terms of Building Safety Act is inherently a difficult. That shouldn't be a barrier because, we work to unlock challenges, but A, difficult, and B, extremely costly. So for me, new build is probably the way forward. New quality, sustainable and affordable housing stock for the reasons we've talked about.
It sounds like, we can definitely deliver the affordable homes that we need. They can be of quality, they can meet energy efficiency standards in the places that we want them. We've just got to make sure that we work together to make it happen. And it can't just be one group, it's got to be everyone on the same page with that same goal. Yeah,
I can't, underestimate the challenge, but there is cause for optimism. So I do share that with you. But, we love working in partnerships because we see things, we see places being created and we see problems and challenges being unlocked all the time. So yeah, we really enjoy working with our partners, and we get to know them really well. As I say, they're just team members really, but in a wider team.
James, thank you so much for chatting with me today. And if you want to know more about what Muse is up to, check out museplaces.com. And if you want to know more about the built environment in the North, check out placenorth.co.uk. I'm Julia Hatmaker. Have a great rest of your day.